Nobody, and I mean absolutely nobody, ever became worldly wealthy by just trading their limited time for a monthly salary. Think about it. The economic system we live in today was created during the Industrial Revolution. It was engineered to build compliant employees, not financially free individuals. If you depend on a single paycheck, you are always just one corporate decision away from total financial ruin. Look at the data. Inflation eats up to 7% of your purchasing power every single year. This means if your salary isn't growing by 10% annually, you are literally becoming poorer while working harder. The average person spends 40 years of their life working for a golden watch and a pension that barely pays for medicine. But the 1%, they broke free from this matrix. They don't sell hours, they build systems. If you want to crack the ultra-wealthy club, you must stop being the fuel for someone else's machine and start understanding the hidden mechanics of leverage. Today, we are going to tear down the wall of lies and look at the exact legal blueprint that modern self-made billionaires use to build massive empires from absolute scratch. To understand how the rich actually got rich, you must understand one single word: leverage. Archimedes once famously said, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world." In the modern global economy, leverage is the ultimate cheat code. The rich build their entire multi-million-dollar fortunes on three unbreakable pillars: code, content, and capital. Let's break down the first pillar: code. In 2014, a very small team of only 55 engineers built a simple messaging app called WhatsApp. They didn't need thousands of factories, massive supply chains, or millions of workers. They used code. That code worked for them 24/7, without sleeping, without complaining. When Facebook bought them for $19 billion, each engineer became a multimillionaire overnight. That is the absolute power of digital leverage. The second pillar is content. Look at the modern media empires. When a creator records a highly valuable video or hosts a global podcast, they only do the work once. But that single piece of media can be viewed and consumed by 10 million people while the creator is fast asleep. It is a massive army of digital clones working for you across the globe. Content builds scalable trust, and trust builds billions. The third pillar is capital. This is the ultimate highest form of leverage, making your money work for you. When Warren Buffett invests in a massive corporation, he isn't working inside the factories. He uses his capital to buy the time, energy, and brains of thousands of talented people. Normal people save money to buy depreciating liabilities. The rich use capital to buy assets that generate even more capital. They sleep while their automated systems generate millions. But here is the million-dollar question that keeps most people awake at night. How do you actually get that initial capital if you are starting from absolute zero? The answer is simple. You don't save pennies from a minimum wage job. You cannot save your way to millions on a $30,000 salary. It is mathematically impossible. Instead, you must master a high-income skill. A high-income skill is a specific capability that the marketplace values at more than $10,000 a month. We are talking about modern digital architecture, strategic copywriting, high-ticket sales, or complex data analysis. These are skills where your financial output is not tied to your hours. In a normal corporate job, you get paid just for being present. With a high-income skill, you get paid for solving a massive, painful problem for a business. If you can write a single sales page that generates $1 million for a company, they will gladly pay you $100,000 for just a few days of work. One single closing deal can make you more than an entire year of normal labor. That is exactly how the modern self-made millionaire is born. They don't wait for an opportunity. They build a skill that makes them completely irreplaceable. But make no mistake, learning a high-income skill is only building the machine. Capital is the fuel. And this is exactly where 99% of people fail. They master a skill. They start making $10, $20, or even $50,000 a month. And then they face the final boss. They fall right back into the psychological trap we discussed in episode 2. They buy the luxury cars, the bigger house, and they instantly inflate their lifestyle. They think they are rich, but they just became high-earning slaves to their own success. If you stop working, the money stops flowing. That is not wealth. That is just a golden cage. The truly wealthy do something completely different. They take every single dollar of that surplus capital and they inject it back into the restricted markets. They multiply it. They buy their absolute freedom. In our next and final episode, the entire blueprint comes together. I am going to reveal the exact hidden investment channels where the 1% multiply their wealth in 2026. I will show you exactly where to put your money to achieve total financial independence, step by step. The doors to the vault are opening. Subscribe right now, hit the notification bell, and prepare for the ultimate step. See you in episode 4